for tuning in today. Sean, what were you going to say?
We are live.
We are live. And you can't see, but we do have, let me see if I can just take that camera down a little bit. We do have Goku Kitty here available with us today. We had to give you a little sign there. The big Goku Garfield is here, even if you can't see him in this shot. And that's because we had a wonderful weekend. For those of you who were present here on Saturday's show, we had an absolutely wonderful special Saturday show for you. We highly encourage you to go check that out. Lots of love given to us, and we returned some of that love, even name dropped a few people in there. So yesterday, you guys were all part of Scott Adams' largest funeral on earth. Well over 100,000 on multiple streams from Xbox. No, sorry. We were on Xbox, but from people on X all the way over to YouTube and Rumble, as you know, multiple different platforms. It's crazy to think how many people use their own platform, right? Like they don't use multiple platforms. They only use that one. And Scott Adams was able to connect with individuals on Rumble, which we don't even have an account on, and through other individuals that are out there, through X and through YouTube, of course. It's just amazing, guys, as we talked about this weekend, at what technology allows us to do and how we're able to connect and transform, there's that tail, through space and time. And that's why you're here with us today, because you are transcending space and time wherever you are, whatever time of the day it is in your military clock, whether or not you are in fast forwarding, moving with the sun. We don't care if it's, it's up for vote whether daylight saving time is coming, but whatever you believe, wherever you're at, it does not matter. You get to join us for the simultaneous sip every time you turn into this show. We know you're watching. We know you may not be here live. Most of that is because Addy decides to wake up early and get the show started even earlier. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're supposed to have, when you're building a brand, we're supposed to be consistent with our brand. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but do we start the show a little earlier based off of how well we get the morning going?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so as we become more consistent, maybe we'll be right on time at 8 o'clock. But this morning, did we sleep in a little bit?
Yeah.
Did we have a long weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, did the cold and everything come hit us?
Yep.
Yeah, just like it did most of America, with power outages well across the U.S. People's power is coming back today, and we are glad people are safe. Addy, could you please lead us in our Scott Adams pledge before we talk about the wonderful funeral that took place this weekend? Could you please remind us why we're all here and take us through time?
Yep. All you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard or a chalice or a stein, a canteen jug or a flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I usually like coffee. Hot cocoa works too, with some crunchy peanut butter or soft peanut butter.
That's for you, Jay.
That's for you. But anything works. And let's do a simultaneous sip.
As Addy exposed there on our free cup, if you're too poor to afford eating more cups because they're sold out, you make yourself one to honor Scott.
Yep.
Grab your cup, gentlemen. God bless you. Through space and time, Scott, we absolutely love you. Thank you for connecting us all, and thank you for giving us the simultaneous sip.
Thank you, God, and Jesus. So good.
Thank you for adding, Sean. Always appreciate you. Guys, now that connects us through anywhere and any time that you are. Every single day, you can join us for that simultaneous sip. We know you're joining us. We know you will join us, and we are toasting you at that moment. Yeah. Now, some amazing things online, guys. We're going to get better on our show about having engagement and letting the links up, and we practiced a little bit this weekend, right? Yeah. So we can start doing some graphics across and get some more engagement in there, right?
Yeah.
So you're here on episode 33. 33. Ladies and gentlemen, you've made it to episode 33. What does that mean for us, Addy, now that we've made it to level 33?
We're going to have some big haters, and we're going to reach new higher goals that we could not reach.
The goals that we were about to reach couldn't even have been set previously, right?
No.
Our first goals were to just get a show started, to just get the show started. Isn't that what Scott was pushing us to do?
Yeah.
Isn't that what Scott was pushing every person to do?
Yes.
But did we help rewire our brain and get back on path of okay, Goku, what we wanted to do and how we wanted to help?
Yes.
We looked at our strengths and what we could bring to the world. Is that right?
Yes.
And as you continue to learn,
Change
and grow, are you going to continue to find new strengths to bring to the world?
Yes.
That's right. And we're going to help other individuals out there remember and find their strengths. Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, that's not a problem for everybody. Lots of people know their strengths. Lots of people are comfortable with their strengths. And lots of people develop new strengths. Is that right?
Yeah.
But some people forget that they have strengths. Some people forget how strong they are. And they need a little bit of a hype man or hype girl to remind them of that. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Well, let's take a few seconds to show you. Guys, if you're watching this show, then you already have to understand you're making an active choice to learn, to change, and to grow. So let's back that up with the science. Every PhD study and shows now available, and we've talked about this multiple times on the show.
Yep.
What you're going to do when you focus on the good in your life, your brain is literally going to rewire itself to now start looking for more good. Isn't that crazy how the neuroplasticity works?
Yes, it is.
Right. So, guys, let's just cap that back. Addy, do you have a supercomputer?
Yeah.
Sean, do you have a supercomputer?
Yes.
Thank you. Say yes. So you got a little scratch from the kitty this weekend.
Yep.
You have a supercomputer. And are we training it right now?
Yes.
Is it growing?
Yes.
And so, Adeline, what happens if somebody focuses only on the negative and they think negative and they see negative? What's going to happen to their supercomputer?
It's going to be negative.
That's right. And the opposite of that, Addy, if someone chooses actively to look for good, trains themselves to think positively, then subconsciously and with the rest of their brain, the 90% of the power here, what does their brain do? What does a supercomputer do?
Be positive.
It becomes positive.
Yeah.
Guys, it's like a copy paste, okay? What you actively choose to make yourself look at and absorb, from the TV shows to the movies to the music, and that's all talked about in previous episodes. But today's episode 33 is your direct power. We're not even talking about the media and everybody else trying to change the way your supercomputer works. We're trying to remind you that you already have the power. There's a reason that Coca-Cola has to spend billions of dollars on marketing to be number one. And that's to train your supercomputer, right, Addy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need billions of dollars. You already have the tricks, don't you?
Yeah.
You already have every tool that you need. And what do you need to remind yourself, Addy?
You need to sharpen those tools.
That's right. And should you be looking at things negatively, or should you be looking at things positively?
Positively.
Every situation you're in, even a flat tire on the side of the road, is there something positive?
Yes.
And is it difficult to remind yourself of the positivity during the trial and tribulation?
Yes.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
It can be very difficult unless you remember that every single time we get uncomfortable, every time there's some confrontation, every time we have discussions, as you saw all week last week, little girl, what happens?
What happened?
Addy, don't forget to breathe. I don't want you yawning on today's show.
I know.
Okay, what happens? Are you listening, or did I catch you off guard?
Catch me off guard.
Okay, little good. Like I said, starting the show off early can be a little rough. Addy stayed up a little late last night, and so the brain juices aren't flowing as hard as we want them to. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's, having a show can be difficult, right?
Yep. Let's do some calf raises, everybody.
Get some calf raises going.
Yep.
Let me tell a joke. Addy, you want to do joke corner?
Yeah.
Let's go straight to joke corner. Lay it on me, little girl.
Dad jokes. Why is Cinderella so bad at soccer?
Why is Cinderella so bad at soccer? I don't know.
Because she kept running away from the ball.
That's true. Daddy knew a lot of girls growing up that were amazing at soccer. I loved watching the girls' soccer team and the volleyball team. Most guys went over to the football, but Daddy, with his journalism crew, we loved going and celebrating Allen High School's volleyball team. They were also champions every which way they could go. So we were super fans for them. The soccer girls also at Allen were amazing. So aggressive. It was awesome watching those guys.
Yeah.
So when if Cinderella wasn't good at soccer, it's probably also because she wasn't aggressive enough. That is a way more aggressive sport than anybody ever realized. But the girls at Allen High School, they knew to get it.
Yep.
Now, outside of those pieces, guys, we're going to take the show in some fun directions. We're going to have some engagement coming this week, and we want to make sure that we give you the full recap. Yesterday's funeral for Adam Scott was beautiful. Addy was at a wonderful service.
Yeah.
Did you see some really cool people get up and speak?
Yes, Yes, I did.
Yeah, Jack. Did Jack do a wonderful job?
Yes, bravo, Jack.
Jack always does a good job. Thank you for speaking, Jack. Another dude that we don't really follow a whole lot, but that Scott followed very closely, and this man loves Scott too. So we had he has a show called The Five on a network we don't really watch, but we loved what he said. He gave a wonderful performance and made a lot of anecdotes. One thing that he said yesterday that I wanted to share with you guys, for those who didn't see it, it was really important. Okay, one of the individuals that was up there speaking at Scott's funeral made it clear and gave a message that was pretty cool. He kind of related, which is what we talk about. Everybody is the hero in their own story. Is that right?
Yeah.
So we want you to remember that you are special, and you are the point of your story.
Yeah.
But so does every single person. How many people are on planet Earth, Eddie?
8 billion.
Yeah, allegedly 8 billion, are alive. And every single person thinks that they are the main character in the story. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, to some degree, is that absolutely accurate?
Yes.
Right. You'll see Matt Walsh, you'll see other people dive into this, and we're not trying to have some psychological conversation here with you. We're pointing out the obvious, that an individual does feel like this is my story, right?
Yeah.
And that makes everybody else kind of an NPC to them, right? Scott Adams speaks about this, right?
Yep.
But what was funny when the individual got up to speak yesterday was he got up and he said, man, right before I came up here, thinking about speaking at Scott Adams' funeral in front of all these wonderful, amazing people, in front of PhDs and in front of intelligence, Mensa, some of the most brilliant men in America and across the world, that could be intimidating, right?
Yeah.
And that could be scary, right?
Very scary.
Well, there's a trick to reframe that, guys. There's a trick to easily rewire, reframe your brain when you're thinking about public speaking, when you're thinking about getting up in front of everybody. And it was pretty hilarious. Daddy likes speaking in front of people, right? Do we like it?
Yes, we
Do you like to get in front of people?
Yeah.
I see you guys now. Do you like to talk in front of everybody?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that's not a problem for you guys, right?
Yeah.
But in general, most of us, we could be intimidated depending on who's there. You don't want to get up and say something for everybody because you could, mess your words up and you could mess up, right?
Yeah.
We like messing up. We don't care.
Yeah.
Right? But the average person does not want to do that. There's some intimidation there. And this guy, when he got up, he said, I would have been intimidated, but I remembered something Scott reminded us, that everybody is their own main character. And so when I got up today, I remembered that while I was going to give this speech, that even if I mess up and I'm horrible, the only thing going through all of your heads is, I'm glad I'm not up there right now. we lost it. I thought that was so brilliantly said when I've had some of the conversations with my buddies and my friends, and when I felt insecure, or maybe that I had said too much in a situation, I met almost 100% of the time with that buddy who knows I need that hype just as much as I'm a hype man. And they come over there and they say, Sean, bro, thank you for saying that. I know everybody stayed silent, and I know nobody said anything, but everybody in the room 100% with you, bro. And there's something to that sometimes you got to be able to say what needs to be said and not worry about the initial blowback, because as time goes by, it will marinate. And I don't know how good you guys are at, cooking or making your meat, but Nana knows to marinate.
Yeah.
Right?
Marinate.
Does Marcus Lilly know to marinate?
Yes.
Did you see what he made for his kids this weekend?
Yeah.
Big deal. Had a wonderful meal this weekend. If you're watching out there, bro, probably not. He should be in school. Because why? What did Dad do to that meat all weekend? Did he marinate it?
Yes,
He let it soak in those juices,
Mm-hmm.
and did it absorb it all?
Yeah.
And did it become better for the meal?
Yeah.
Yeah, our brain is no different, guys. Our brain is no different. You want to give positivity to it and feed it positivity, and what's going to happen to your brain? Become more positive?
Yes.
Okay, Addie's having a hard time with the show this morning. No more late night sleepy sleep. All right, now that is going to be it on our brain power.
Yep.
Let's move
brain
to some
power.
interesting pieces, guys.
Interesting.
One thing that was clear about Davos. So if we all watched Davos last week and you saw what happened and what went down, then you're very aware that there was one message that came across very clearly from this administration. And that's what we'd like to remind you as we start 2026 now, is that we are not a nation of renters.
No, we are not.
We are not a nation of renters, and that is obvious because of 3 things that you saw happen at Davos last week and 3 things this administration has done. So we want to remind you that the World Economic Forum you all saw from 2016 to 2024 was very clear that you will rent and you will be happy. That the world was going to become a world of renters, that there would be no private property, much like the libertarians. The first president who was a Freemason in America, who helped establish America under the Republic for the individual rights, made it clear that we would never be a nation of renters. And how is that being backed up by this administration? Well, we're seeing that. We're seeing laws come out that say, no, corporations, you can't buy our housing that's meant for people. Single homes are meant for families. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Well, that's what America's supposed to be for, and we're now seeing the return to that. So that's one thing, regardless of your politics, that you will celebrate and you will be happy to see. Credit scores getting taken off, able to use collateral from coins such as XRP and Bitcoin. Yeah. We're seeing the rails established, Ripple's putting it in. We are seeing the big banks, we're seeing the big companies no longer be able to come in and swallow up entire neighborhoods. This is going to lower the prices of rent. This is going to lower the prices of new home builds. This isn't going to change the prices of houses in all the markets because we are seeing certain markets boom right now. Boom. Now, we're from Texas, guys, so all of our Texans know fully aware what the rest of the world is still learning, that it doesn't matter what is happening anywhere in the U.S. Texas is the housing market to be part of. Is it still growing?
Yes, it is.
Is it still hot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there still so much? There's still so much investment coming to Texas that a housing market is only about to go. So, guys, we're not telling you to move to Texas. We came to Florida.
Yeah.
It got snow in Texas this weekend, didn't it?
Yes,
it was cold. But when you're looking at housing markets, just because one area is cooling does not mean it's cooling all over the place. So if you have the ability to move and look, you've got all sorts of options. If you are local in some areas where you're going to suffer a little bit of loss, hold is probably where you should stay. Yep. But as those ratings go down, we'll start to see the Federal Reserve make a change any day now. You're going to start to see people come back out with the refinance, or maybe some come out and be able to purchase. All we want to see are individuals be able to move in to the areas they want and celebrate with their family and grow. Renting is good. Renting allows you to explore different areas. Isn't that right?
Yes, they do.
Purchasing allows you to settle and make a home. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Let's go going back.
So we're thankful to see this administration move toward supporting you, the American, and getting your home established.
Yeah.
One interesting stat we wanted to go back over this weekend. People ask how many were in Denmark. We talked about how many were in Greenland compared to Dallas, with only 66,000 or 56,000 in Greenland and 1.2 million in Dallas.
Yeah.
A funnier stat that they came out with: Denmark, guys, the country, right? A whole country in Europe, Denmark, 6 million people. That's an entire country in Europe. Whoa. That's almost, still not, almost the population of Miami, Florida. So when we're talking about the world, guys, and we're talking about, America versus, these other states, they like to take a whole country like Denmark and compare it to a whole country like America, but that's not it. We spoke heavily this weekend with Canadians and everybody. America is 50 individual countries, aren't they?
Yes,
right. And we're united through one thing and a few other things on top of it. So, Addy, let's do that right now. Please lead us in the pledge. Please remind everybody that, we have just 6 million in a city called Miami. Your whole country, Denmark, of 6 million that was sterilizing the women of Greenland, has kind of lost and forfeited its rights to say that it's going to take care of its citizens, when in fact it sterilized the women of Greenland. Now, we've already mentioned that on several episodes, but we don't want you to forget that the women of Greenland were sterilized by the people protecting them, Denmark, which has a population of 6 million, not even that of our city in Florida, Miami, where we like to party where the heat is on. Now, right now it's a little chilly, so maybe stay back from Miami, give it 2 more weeks before you come back. But just a heads up on there, guys. Denmark knows nothing. Now, if liberty means anything at all, guys, it means the right to tell people what they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
George Orwell. Now, Addie, please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Sean, could you please join your sister and lead America in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Let's go, kids. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For all.
For all.
Hey, guys, we want to talk a little bit about that today. 50 individual states, republic, one nation under God. And that's been one of our topics all week as we've met new buddies and we've had conversations with individuals that aren't from America, asking, some American questions, right?
Yeah.
And that's one thing they wanted to know is, what did it mean to be an individual republic? So we talked about that. And we talked about individual rights. And did that upset some of them because they don't believe in individual rights?
Yes, it did.
And did we say that that's why we're thankful George Washington and his crew set up America?
Yes.
Yeah. Are we thankful that Benjamin Franklin taught us some tricks?
Yes.
Yes, that's true. Now, one thing we want to teach you that Benjamin Franklin taught and everybody talked about how to rewire is how to make people who don't like you like you. Would you like to know that trick?
Yes.
Okay, on Dad's Advice Corner today, we're going to take a trick out of a book from someone else's book and use that book right back at you. If somebody doesn't like you, you need to figure out a way to help them like you. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, if somebody doesn't like you, how can you help them like you? Well, you can do something nice for them, but could they still not like you?
Yep.
Yes. So the trick is to make their brain think they've done something nice for you. Because if somebody doesn't like you, can they do something nice for you?
Yes.
No, not really. If they don't like you, do they want to do something nice for you?
No, they do not.
Probably not. So what do you want to do? You want to find a trick and use something. Now, this has gone around, so multiple people have probably heard about this now. So you're going to want to tailor this trick and change it up a little bit. But the original story is simple. A book. Okay? So if you have an enemy or a frenemy or somebody who's a jerk or just doesn't like you or a business partner, whatever it is, what Benjamin Franklin would do would be ask them for a book, one of their favorite books, something that they wanted to talk about, something that they liked, something that in front of the group and around other individuals, they would lean in and give to you. They would lean in and help with you. And this is where that came from. The ability to turn over and hand you a book, or, you can use other tricks to you, meant that they were doing something nice for you.
Yeah.
And that hijacks the brain, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
What does it tell the brain? Well, if we're giving a book to this person, we must like this person.
Yeah.
And then when the person brings the book back and says, thank you so much for that book, I loved it, and then hypes you back up for doing something nice, what does it feed the brain again?
It feeds the brain, well, I did something nice to this person.
I must like this person.
Yeah.
So you see, again, the practice that we're talking about with think positively, be positive, and it trains your brain to be positive. You can see that trick immediately implemented from Benjamin Franklin's original story of how to get someone who doesn't like you into liking you. It's the same trick. You're using positivity. Whoa. Nice job, Goku. You're using positivity, guys. You're using the positivity that you got to bring back positivity to the individual. And the individual can't help it. Even if they don't like you, the feeling, the energy, whatever it was, you hijack their own supercomputer by making them do something positive. And now they have a positive connection with you. And now they positively start to like you.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't. Isn't that really cool?
Yes, it is.
That's an amazing trick, guys. We want you to think about that.
It's so cool.
Now, because we talked about positivity and we gave you that positive energy, we want to take you back to our focus and theme for this week as we started into last week. American debunks hoaxology. There's a beautiful website for you to go check out. They put a lot of work in, and we've spoken about it. Today, we're going to talk about anonymous sources. Under hoaxology, we talked about how they edit deceptively, how they don't show you all the stuff, but this is a different topic. You can tune into hoaxology, and you and your family can learn about all the different ways that a journalist like you can see the game that you're up against. Am I training these two individuals to be better reporters?
Yes.
Are you becoming better hunters on knowing how to read what's a lie and what's trying to push propaganda?
Yes, I am.
But do we have to always study and get better each and every day?
Yes.
Yeah. Is Daddy already really good at it and still we practice every day?
Yeah.
Right. So hoaxology is giving us tools so that you can sharpen yours. One of these is anonymous sources. Addy? Anonymous sources.
Anonymous sources.
By relying on unnamed sources, stories can present allegations or claims without providing verifiable evidence. Sounds fraud right off the bat, and yet they know this. This shields the source from scrutiny and makes it harder to verify or challenge the authority of the claims. Additionally, it allows the media to amplify narratives with little accountability, as the lack of transparency makes it nearly impossible for the audience to assess credibility from the motives or the sources.
Yep.
So they'll go deeper on that. If you go click on the site, there's a long video there with a wonderful voice activation that teaches you more about anonymous sources. But guys, let's go over the pros and cons just real quick. Addy, if you're scared that the king is going to cut your head off, are you going to put your name on the article and tell everybody what the king's doing that's bad?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
But in an open republic, are you supposed to have safety and security when you come up?
Yes.
Yeah. And do we have laws and build these things in protecting those people?
Yes.
Right. Now, if you try to accuse somebody of a crime in court, do you have to show who you are and protest as a witness?
Yes.
Absolutely. That's the law. And why is that? Does that protect people from fake fraudulent claims?
Yes.
That's correct. It's 100% why we have that. Now, in most situations, when you see a whistleblower or a news agency put their credibility on the line to use an anonymous source, it would only be temporary. The anonymous source would eventually come forward, usually in court or wherever their action was, to now disclose the information was true. But what we saw in the rise from 2014 to now has been disgusting. Anonymous sources have purposely been used by mainstream media so many times that trying to cover them all would have to have you create a website, something like American Debunk, because you'd have to fight so hard to show people that the news agencies that are all built upon establishing credit to show you who they are and that they're trustworthy have completely demolished their credibility. They've been busted multiple times. They've had to print redactions, and they've been sued the pants off multiple times and lost. Yeah. And yet, are there still some people who trust the mainstream media?
Yes.
Even though their credibility has already been demolished and they've been exposed for who they are.
Yes.
Is that why we have the chance for Addy and Daddy to rise to a new media?
Yes.
That's correct. Capitalism demands that when they fail and when they destroy their trust, that we rise. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
So you do your part and share our show. Goku is doing his.
Yep.
Now, please tune in to more this week because we're going to talk a little bit about the US 250 kickoff tour. They started in Nevada, the first weekend of January 2026, but the 1776 US 250 tour, 50 weeks with cars, trucks, big 18-wheelers, the semis, they're out there. They're going around to city, posting up and showing a cool exhibition. Thank you for joining us today, Sean. We'll see you later. They're going to be coming every city, every tour, coming out there with those pieces. If they haven't come to your city, please go look it up on the website. We'll have it in the email so that you can take your kids and family and go celebrate some of the wonderful pieces of what made America and what is continuing to make America great.
Yes, it is.
Now, engineers at the DEV of the Institute of Electrophysical Apparatus, you'll know them if you have. You'll know it as NILEFA, a branch of Rosatom, have reached a milestone in nuclear fusion research by testing high-temperature superconductor wire. Guys, that is a game changer, and we'll get more into that this week. We've already talked about fusion a little bit from TAE. This is a completely different piece of the superconductor wire that's going to allow even more access. We are really, really excited about that, guys, and we can't wait to share more with you this week about fusion. Because does the world need energy?
Yes, they do.
Oh, man, do we need it? Is fusion frenzy on the way?
Yes, it is.
More than we ever even realized.
Yep.
Okay, guys. Our last piece for this morning.
Ooh. Ready?
It's like someone saying that they want to lose weight, then ordering a triple cheeseburger with bacon instead of a salad. What they wanted more than to lose weight was to eat the cheeseburger. It's not rocket science. we get what we want the most. So what do we get, Addy?
We get what we want the most.
There you go, guys. So listen to those words that we're breaking down. That's from the category of one. And we're going to leave you with today thinking about that. You get what you want. Is that right?
Yes.
But you get what you want
the most.
Okay, so there's two pieces there. You want both things, right? But what are you going to get?
You get what you want the most.
Each and in every situation. And do I want a strong family?
Yes, you do.
So do I need to do my push-ups and do I need to live my healthy way of life?
Yes, you do.
And do I want a strong daughter?
Yes.
And so did we start a TV show to help you learn, change, and grow?
Yes.
And are we going to continue to do this TV show to help you learn, change, and grow?
Yes, we are.
That's right. In every decision that we make every day from wake up to go to sleep, is it built to make us stronger as a family?
Yes, it is.
That's right. Do we make mistakes?
Yes, we do.
Do they make mistakes at home?
Yes, you do.
And can we learn, change, and grow from those mistakes?
Yeah.
So it makes us so awesome.
Yeah, but we have to make the active choice. You have to make the choice if you want to learn, change, and grow.
And we want to help encourage you to make those choices. Thank you for tuning in today. Wherever you were at, wherever you were from, we appreciate that you turned in today to get your simultaneous sip, to get your Pledge of Allegiance, and to get a little bit of family news to get the week started. We have a big week in front of us, and we'll be bringing you more robust news tomorrow. Today was a recap to show you how wonderful the Scott Adams funeral was yesterday, how beautiful it was that everybody spoke, and we want to thank you for tuning in today. Addy, one more pledge.
Let's go, kids. Second round. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For all. Thank you guys for tuning in today. And as always, God bless. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.
God bless America. And remember,
You can't spell daddy without the Addy. I said you can't spell daddy without the Addy. And we really loved Sean Alexander the Great tuning in this morning and doing the show.